Reflections, lofty beats to chill, focus and vibe to lofty. Simple Leaks official on YouTube. This is not my music. This is their channel. We listen to that lofty music. It's me again. Hello. We want to say good morning to the hoods across the Americas, and across the globe. This is for the news for the Black African American Hebrew Israelites / Black Islamics. Put this news bulletin out. I just had a housing hearing. God damn. What happened to my plats? Oh shit, did they fall out? Hold on, folks. Hold on. I'm noticing some strange shit here. Hold on, I didn't even see this. Oh, why I'm fucking with this because I went to the sarcophagus for no reason. This hole right here, all this here, fell out for being in jail for no reason. So the last thing I want to do is commit a crime against humanity, God's will, and have my locks fall out and have my shit pushed back here, you know. And they need to cut that shit. But back to the hood report on housing and news. Now, since I changed my life, I've never been charged with any drugs, guns, paraphernalia, none of those things. In fact, my life has been more attacked by different types of people of all types, judges, lawyers, people who won't let your past die, people who think, well, once you're this, you're always that. That's the other fuck thing in that innate program. Once an addict, always an addict. Once an alcoholic, no, that ain't true. Because that defeats the process of what? Getting clean so you could be sober in your decisions. And if you don't have that clean time, you won't have the moment of clarity to make sober decisions. And so you live a life of what? Sobriety, i.e. in moderation. And that moderation comes from the 0 to 9, where you're everything and nothing. Those who've been following. You say, well, what's the purpose of this video, Jose? What's going on, man? We busy. We got shit to do. It's Friday. Well, okay, when the sun go down, it'll be Father's Day, the beginning of Father's Day. So we pray that he's on your mind, heart, and spirit. All right, Abba is the root word or the middle word in Sabbath. Esbar, Abis, the son of the Father. So, Abba. Had I not stayed focused on the Ten Commandments and the Most High, I would have criminal cases during my, 11 to 12 years homelessness here in Pittsburgh, coming from California. I would have had a bunch of cases. I would have had some bodies for real. Keep it one thou wow. Keep it one funky. I done had a lot of bodies, man. But I might have got bodied too, so that works hand in hand. So this is not about being tough. We don't get it. We're just saying when you're under the influence of ego, when you're under the influence of insanity, and then you pick up drugs and alcohol and violence and things like that to justify, this is my manhood. Look at me. I mean, I'm the shit, you know. See my bitches, see my cars, see my dogs. Yeah, see me, yeah. That's not clean living, and that's not a sober attitude. Now, I came with a clean and sober mind and attitude and spirit, heart, and soul before I came to Pittsburgh. Because I was going through that transition with my wife after we had left Florida. See, a lot of people don't know nothing about this story of the atrocities that happened in Florida had we been on drugs and alcohol. This is before I come to Pittsburgh. I'm going to get to a point. It's going to make very much sense. My wife and I was not on drugs or alcohol or any of that shit. She was a professional off of the state of Florida. Respectable woman, energetic, didn't take any bribes or anything like that, at least to my knowledge. She didn't flirt with the guys, and her co-workers, when we went to the penitentiaries, baseball, softball games and picnics and stuff like that. So I was able to meet the federal penitentiary COs and stuff in Florida. Because my wife was a federal penitentiary CO. So when everybody's talking about Louisiana, nobody's talking about that hurricane that took Florida. Not the Panhandle of Florida, but Lakeland, Florida, where wiped out the whole community. I mean, this hurricane, there was nowhere to run. Like Kansas, that's why I used the Wizard of Oz and the Oz. Because, man, I'm seeing trees. I mean, I'm from Pittsburgh, from the mountains. I'm not used to seeing big-ass trees and shit flying up over my motherfucking head. And I'm looking around, and there's water in the house, in the fucking walls. And I'm thinking, if I don't get blowed across the planet, I'm going to get fried, nigga. Now, mind you, I leave Pittsburgh from being set up by the police to come to Florida to be attacked by nature. True story. That's why we started a letter to a soldier's death wish, man. The police tried to set us up. The devil tried to kill us with drugs and alcohol. That's how I got all my organs crushed. Just to get to Florida, they had been in a house full of fucking walls filled with water waiting to be electrocuted while the hurricane is ripping off the fucking roof, throwing trees and cars and shit all over around my fucking head. And I'm watching my wife go in hysteria. And now we have to call FEMA to hopefully we can get housing because she lost her job and her career and later on lost her mind. Because she didn't understand the atrocities between the spiritual warfare and the natural phenomena in the spiritual warfare. This is not a fucking game. This is heavy loss. Some of us took heavy losses, man. In fact, her daughter's dad, when she went back to Florida, somehow he fucking died. And so my baby girl is out here with no mother and no father. Why? Wish you called me, babe. You too, Taylor. I know you still got your dad, but I still miss you, still think about you. I know you're probably down in Missouri somewhere, maybe, I don't know, California, I don't know. To the family in Cali, what's up? How y'all doing? Hope to hear from y'all again. So, I got set up one day again. I pull up, my man called me and told me, hey, come down and get me. I'm like, man, fuck this. And something told me not to go. But me, I'm just my little bro. You know what I mean? Out there shooting, toting guns and shit. But he's a hard worker. We even made some music videos together. Me, him, and this guy from Maryland named Mulatto, Nero. And he growing up. Mulatto, if you hear this video, big ups, man. I pray that you're still on your ding, man. I hope that you're changing. I hope you're defeating the pressures of life. And staying who you are. Big ups to you. Wonderful music, man. I still support your shit. We might not speak or get along all like that, but nonetheless, I enjoy your gifts. Long story short, the young nigga leaves a little piece of his work in my truck. Now, everybody in this city know, in my vehicles and in my work trucks, we don't play that shit. If you got crack pipes, baggies, needles, whatever, leave that shit at the crib, hide that shit around the corner. We're on our way to go to work. Only thing we're going to do is puff this weed on lunch break. I'll buy the lunch. Let's get back to work, get paid, and go home. That's it. That's the rules. It's always been like that. It works. It's successful. And everybody's happy. And so this one little instance where he dropped his hustle in my environment, which is my vehicle. just for the police to skip 4 cars in front of me and come straight to my truck. And they asked me to get out because they found a little bit of weed. All right, cool. That's probable cause, right? Cool, I'm guilty. Because I know I have no narcotics in there. I know I'm not a drug dealer. I don't support that shit. But I'm surrounded by people whose lifestyle is that. So who am I to say, partake, relate anything about what someone else do, which is none of my business. And this is how I end up with a simple possession of some shit. There's no bigger than a half a Rice Krispie. And that determined my homelessness. And I was flabbergasted. Because I'm like, all these females with these violent cases and drug cases and housing criminals and shit like that. And granted, they got children, but nonetheless, they get housing. Some of these guys who are known kleptomaniac thieves, and you know what I mean? I'm not saying anything bad or good, but the things that they know. And they've been getting housing, all these extra stuff. And I'm like, okay. Then I noticed that you can't be a man or independent woman and get support from your government or your local government or anybody else. Because they're saying that unless you don't come on your hands and knees, we can't help you. You have to be literally broke. Can't drink. You can't do shit. You have to literally be at the mercy of whatever organization who can help you. I found that to be a problem. I asked him, I said, so you mean to tell me that I have to take mental health drugs to get you to listen to me? You mean to tell me I have to be a drug addict for you to consider me housing so you can do your research and say, hey, here's another statistic of this guy at this age and how they did this at this long, and so your pockets get fatter, but yet still homeless. And so we had a hearing today, and I shared with them, I said, I was set up with that. I've never got caught with drugs. I don't care how small it is or how big. That'll fuck your career up. That'll fuck your housing. That'll fuck everything up across the board. So I'm telling you now, who's ever watching this video, share with your friends or whatever. If you want them out your house, tell them they better clean up if they got any drug paraphernalia charges pending or any drug charges pending or gun violence charges pending because you're not getting Social Security, you're not getting housing, you're not getting any public benefits. I'm just letting y'all know. Those of you who do live that lifestyle, warning, get caught with just a little crumb of any drug other than marijuana, you're going to always be homeless. You're not going to get shit unless you take the mental health drugs. Because it says that you're not strong enough to stay off the street drugs. That's the undertow, the undercurrent of this housing humanitarian game. I got pissed off when the lady said, yeah, the only reason why I've been homeless is because of a simple possession that was not mine. And the fact that at the time I had a whole bunch of clothes, a gang of work tools, all my computer stuff. I took that charge because I wanted to get out, to get back to work because I had invested in transportation, tools, a workforce, a work crew, work habits, and a character in this city for being supportive of a healthy environment and healthy and a sober way of living. That's what I'm guilty of, supporting that right there. And become from that good deed, I have this simple possession. Ain't nothing simply possessed by me, man. We do it big, man. Like, straight up. You know? And this is not, we're just saying, just example. I'm homeless in a bitch. But when you take care of yourself, it reflects. I ain't got $600 to spend on eyewear twice. That's $1,200 for a homeless drug addict, right? That's a lot of money to be spending on some eyewear instead of getting high and buying big ass motherfucking TVs. Replaced it. Remember I told you in another video how nigga broke my other brand new 65-inch. The only way I could get back at an energy like that, bought a new one. The same way when motherfuckers was breaking into my trucks. You know what I did? Bought new trucks. Put bigger rims on them and better tires on them. Motherfuckers stole my bike. What I do? I bought an electric scooter. So it's like, where do you get this disrespect from? City of Pittsburgh, niggas and niggettes, and Mr. and Mrs. Clowntastic. So that's the Hood News Report, man. You better not catch a drug case and plan on not going to work, you're being able to pay your rent. There is no housing for you if you catch a new drug case. Well, I'm stressing this to you. This simple possession was so little, man. I mean, straight up. The police literally had to scrape this shit from out between rocks and dust to be able to put this case on me, man. You say, well, what you mean by that, Jose? They tried to give me 375 tickets of driving without a license, without getting pulled over. Yeah. Count it. 360-something driving without a license without getting pulled over. Fuck. We'll just say, what if I did? There's no DUI. There's no paraphernalia. There's no drugs. Out of 300-something pullovers, quote unquote, by your traffic shit that you wanted me to keep signing, that would cause my victim of insurance fraud. That somehow they had to get me in the system that ultimately was causing me to not be able to get housing and move on with my fucking life. But glory be to God, they heard the case. We put the, what they call that? I'll put in an argument for it. And glory be to the Most High, they removed that block, that stumbling block. So that's the good news for today. Do not catch any drug cases, folks, because you're going to need that housing program when you get old like me, motherfuckers. I'm telling you, young guys, and if you're 40 and under, you better not catch a case in this day and age of drugs and guns, or you're going to be fucked. You will get no job, you will get no stamps, you will get no Social Security, you will get no transportation to get to and from, you're wanting to change, done. So if you got anybody in this system right now, tell them, please don't fuck this system up right here. People 10 years from now is going to need it. Don't abuse the system, man. Please. Y'all get these new houses. Y'all get your new housing, man. Use the shit the way it's supposed to so other people can use it. It took me 22 fucking years, man, to get on a disability housing. And I've been disabled since 1995, permanently. You know what I mean? Only by the grace of the Most High. Here's another blessing we give to y'all too, family. Coming up pretty soon. If you are a visitor at Pittsburgh, we're going to have a B&B, an airbed thing. We're going to have a full basement. Be cleaned up, nicely painted. It's going to be nice. Backyard's going to be nice. All entrance for rent. We're going to have a nice clean attic. Be well put together. Peaceful. Close to shopping malls, gas stations, easy access to Monroeville, Penn Hills, waterfront, and the busway and the parkway, and other hotels and storage. I will have some other rooms for rent, you know, for those who go to work and want to try. So that's the good news that's happening, keeping your heart in the Most High. Being honest and truthful about your emotions. This is why we make these videos, so y'all can see the development and being able to get that shit out and breathe in the breath of life and look at nature and say, okay, let me just stay sober. Let me stay open-minded. Let me see where I'm not looking at something. Let me change my lenses on how I'm looking at this situation. The last video that I made last night, I fell asleep on. Here was the basis of Israel's fallen state. And it's been a big dilemma of mine. I'm a Hebrew Muslim. I am a Blackfoot Cherokee, and I got Chickasaw blood in me. So I'm mixed with all types of Indian tribes. So nonetheless, that I'm indigenous to this planet. I know that. I'm an Afro-Asiatic. Know that? I am from the seed of Abraham, because it's failed in my genetic code. So there's things that you have to find in yourself and apply these in your personal existence. This is not about what he or she or they think. It's the fact that, do you stand on this square? Is this your point of exit and a point of return? We did another thing called left-right. Like the hemisphere, left-right. If you left with the mind of God, left, that's why I do this all the time. Because I'm leaving with the mind of Most High. But then, when I do the right thing, with my right hand, I return in the same mind that I left in. So I'm always on time, and I'm always talking. Tick-tock. That's the original time of the universe, was left to right. And that's why we, swiggle when we walk. So it's easy how you see people going around in circles like a dog chasing their tail. But the motive, what I've made that video for, is this, Pittsburgh, and to my Afro-Asiatic community. I'm not a fucking sellout. I don't race car jump. I'm not to be sold or traded, none of that shit. But my loyalty is my loyalty. And that never one of you motherfuckers here in Pittsburgh, PA, has ever been loyalty to this process of the 10 Commandments. So I don't owe you nothing. Okay? You didn't feed me. You didn't come to jail. You didn't send me a note. You didn't take care of my vehicles. You stole from our work crew. You turn our work brothers and sisters into worse drug addicts. You call the police. You try to hurt us. I got to wear this fucking body armor when I've never had to wear body armor ever in my fucking life. But now I come to Pittsburgh, I got to wear this shit. You know how it feels to actually be in a fucking war zone with real gang killer niggas, man? I'm the new face in the midst of real gang members and gang niggas, man. I don't have to wear a vest. But I come to my own city and my own community and north to my own people that I grew up with, and I gotta wear a fucking body armor, man. That's what I'm pissed off about when I walk these streets and I ask you, what the fuck am I guilty of? Let's get this shit over with. I come from a city of champions, like we should everybody. This is a city of champions and bridge builders. I'm on that team of city and champions. Margaret Malines, champions. Bashir, champions. Academically, Taylor Alderdice, champions. Peabody, champions. I mean, come on, man. Oliver High, Perry High. And we all took championships, man. Like, what the fuck? Dan Marino, his mom lived right next door to my dad. Real shit. The legendary Dan Marino. He used to talk to his mom all the time. You know, you don't know how many superstars and how many celebrities is from this very land that my blood went through. And we part of the only team, Little League team, that almost took the World Series in the history of Little League baseball here in this state. As far as what comes down to quote unquote black people. We from the bloodline of champions, man. So in order to be a champion, you got to put up a good fight, you know. Y'all like that Stiller football rings and stuff. But like life, they ain't the only ones. Frisco got them, right? Patriots. So yeah, my discourse with Pittsburgh is to you black people, man. Really, to the black people here in Pittsburgh. Don't toot your horn, man. Y'all never did shit for me, for real, man. Not one of you. Really, not one of you. Yeah, some kind words. Yeah, you might talk to the nigga to keep it from shooting me or something like that. That's what brothers do. But to actually see a person grow and then say, you know, hey, I want to see you fly. Not one of you, man. I paid for those trucks and cars and tools out of my pocket. Not drugs. Not prostituting females and men and robbing and stealing. I literally, through the grace of the Most High, got my ass up through all my disability and pain. I saved my money. I bought shit at cheap. And then when the market went up, I dumped it. Same thing with the Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's down, I buy a few Bitcoins. When the markets go up, I dump it. But the scooter life is up. I'm paying for that. When the market go up, I dump it. Something I learned was never buy something that you can't sell. You'll never be broke buying stuff that you can sell or market. And that just comes from investments in money marketing strategies 101. So that's why we out here let motherfuckers have it. Like, what do I owe you? Like, I went to Wilkesburg. I said, you know, to my law homies, man, i.e. Wilkesburg, Larimer Avenue, like, I end up in Florida and this shit, keep my mouth shut. I went on the run to make sure that none of the motherfuckers on that block or in Wilkesburg will be linked up or set up because the motherfucker police try to get me entwined. You know why? Because I'm the only one that was allowed in the motherfucking houses. So they try to squeeze the niggas. So I said, fuck you. You're going to have to come and get me in there. Oh, God, man. Fuck y'all. I ain't committing no crime. I just got off of work. I'm trying to get me a shack of weed, nigga. I got to work tomorrow. I like doing body work on cars. I like painting cars. I like customizing. I like doing things with my hands and manifesting things from my brain with my hands and saying, hey, look at this. What you think? He said, I like that. He said, well, how much? He said, no, this one's over me. But the next one, you know. So that's the good news. And that's what the whole trip is about, man. With these people here in Pittsburgh, Saints and Hebrew Muslims across the country. Motherfuckers think they're going to claim they got something. They ain't did shit for a nigga. It's all been the Most High. You know, it's always been the Most High. In another culture. Because this is the third time that other cultures been reaching out. AKA, what y'all like to say, the white man and the white woman, and just shut the fuck up. The Most High said, the Hebrew Muslim, especially the ones with the new names, or the medicine to the nations. Google that. Research that. He says, in the new kingdom, the people who are in the new kingdom are the medicine to those who are not in the kingdom. Debate me on that. Any biblical scholar, any scholar they want. If you are connected with the Most High, you become what? You have access to what? The tree of life. And you have access to what? The life-giving water. And what does that do? It heals motherfuckers. True? But you don't have that access. Because you gave me no life-giving water. You gave me no tree of fruit. None of that shit. I had to go through heaven, hell, drug addiction, all types of shit, jail, suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts. I had to go through all this fucking inner battle to get to where the fuck I'm at right now. Put your work in, Pittsburgh, or shut the fuck up. We busy. And I'm saying that respectfully. Because to me, it's still a city of champions. You're just doing some not so champion fuck shit. Here's another hood report. Every city that I went in, and I told them I was from Pittsburgh, they had this phrase called Snitchburg. One of my major crowns, anywhere I go, is nobody goes to jail around me. Never went to jail around me, not even probation, none of that. So what is my crown that we don't play that snitching, none of that. So when I come in with my crown, talking about who the fuck said, and who came to y'all hood from Pittsburgh talking and snitching and shit, and where they at? We don't play that. Every man and woman is responsible for their own fate here in this city. We got 4 rivers and a bunch of train tracks and abandoned cars to put your motherfucking body in. I won't find you. There's a lot of unsolved cases. I'm not promoting that. We're just saying, when we left this city, we wanted to find out who the fuck was talking about with snitches. That's my hood. That's not my personal city, but I'm from there. I lived there. I raised there. And when I go to a different house or a different neighborhood or a different crib or a different place, and they say, "Oh, we can't fuck with you because you from snitch." No, we had to clean that shit up. That was the fuck I did. We went to every fucking hood that we could. The Norte, the Serranos, all of them. Crips, Bloods, all of them. Filipino gangs, mobs, all over them. Share with them. I'm gonna look in your eye. Pittsburgh men and women don't play that shit. And because you welcome me in your hood, Ever see me, when you come to Pittsburgh, you welcome in our city. Because they looked out for me in their city. I earned my right to be on this box, much as I be on this box. And we can go to any city. Yes, we. You and me. Walk the streets. Go swimming. Play with the babies. Go pray, meditate. Create a business with no problem. Debate me on that. I'm tired of this backbite, this fucked up, fuck talk shit and all this, man. And not one of you offered me, not one of y'all came out and came in jail. You see me? I was innocent. Not one of y'all fed me. None of that shit. You know what you did while I was in jail? You stole my shit. You copied my shit. That's fucked up. But since the Most High replaces everything, he's a rejuvenating God. He's a gift giver. So that's the good news for today. The Most High has replaced everything even more than I can even really think of for us. This is not about me. This is for us. I am my brother and sister's keeper. I want to tell you guys, nobody told you today they love you. I genuinely care about you, love you guys. Take care of each other, share some kind words. If you're going through some shit, you know, man, smoke your weed, get you a drink, shoot your motherfucking bag, smoke your crack, whatever. But get back on your fucking ding, because we don't support drug addicts. You're not getting any housing from them, and you're not going to get anything from us, because we can't trust you. And that started with me. That started with me, man. And I shit with everybody all the time, man. Not only you have to be chosen for this, but you literally have to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepared for what comes with this. So I'm not going to tear you on too long with this, you know what I mean? Until you, like I said, we care about you guys. I just want to give y'all the cat from last night. Excuse me, for last night's video. I was like just overwhelmed, tired. And I just had to get that out. And also, too, to some of you guys that might be listening or not, a good practice is if you got two cell phones or a tablet, excuse me, record yourself talking. Record yourself talking when you're angry. No matter what emotion, just try and excuse me, record yourself. I don't get the hiccups and shit. Excuse me. And you'll be amazed of what you sound like. And look yourself in the eyes, in the mirror. You'll be amazed of what's inside of you. And then you begin that change. This is your kinfolk Omar Jose saying peace and greetings. May the Most High keep you safe as you go to and from your destination. We ask for the Most High to confirm this report by the part of the Holy Spirit, to the part before me, not to me. We say thank you. And we're going to sign now. Excuse me, get rid of these hiccups. But that's the good news. We got better things coming. Like I said, we're going to have some rooms for rent pretty soon. So some other things get together. We're going to have some other houses with rooms for rent. So for some of you guys who are, it's getting cold, we're working on it. Getting y'all some housing, man. It's getting cold. Especially those who was like me trying to do the right thing. Right now we're working on getting a pickup truck. So some of you guys need some work, whatever. So we get you into your own job sites. And to promote them gifts you got. So that's in the workings too. But what the holdup is, somebody put a spell on the people who want to get this started now. Let's say this. Ever since opium the opiate craze and the crack craze. These have been two tools to degrade people who are actually trying to get up out that experience. People won't let you outlive your experiences. Like, nobody remembers that you used to shit in your Pampers when you was 5 years old. Nobody remembers that. Nobody's going to stop you from getting a job because when you was 5, you was shitting in your pants. They got over that. They see that you're taller, you're older. They paid attention that, hey, you're more wiser than what you was at 5 years old. But they lose that connection when your situation is as if it was 5 years old, i.e., a new fucked up situation. People can get into situations that they've never been in before. And it's their first time being in a situation, or their second, third, or their fourth, or their fifth time. Like a 5-year-old who should be too old to be shitting their pants. But you learn to watch them get over that and say, hey, I knew you would find the potty. Oh, what's a good girl? That's a good boy. Let's go to the ice cream shop and let's get you some ice cream with little ants and chocolate stuff on it. And then, oh, mommy, daddy, brother, uncle, thank you. I took a duty in the thing and I'm happy now. I wasn't shitting all on myself or shitting on the floor. Thank you for giving me a chance to grow out of this shit. Now I can put my pull-ups on it now. Don't you pull up on niggas? I have to stop this assault on each other's growth and character, man. Everything has a season about it. In fact, Earth is going to what? A autumn season, where the leaves fall and things change color, or they'll fall from certain colors. They'll fall into a different transition. That fall is in, they're falling and never going to get back up, but they're just falling into a new pattern, or a repetitive pattern to the unlearned brain that it's a new. Take care of each other, man. Enough of this shit. I got the hiccups. Pinky swear, we love you, man. Peace.